As you can see from the title and thumbnail, we're going to be talking about some of the things that I love about Minecraft 1.16. This video and the sister video to it have kind of become a tradition of mine to talk about some of the things that impress me, and then later some of the things that I am a little bit disappointed with. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed with Minecraft and what is in the newest update. So this will be the video all about things that I love. Very soon I will upload a video about all the things that I hate about the newest update to Minecraft. Before we jump in, huge thank you to those of you who hit the like button, who subscribe, and also a special thank you to those of you who are YouTube members. Thank you so much for your direct support. You can click the join button to find out more. So here we are inside of Minecraft 1.16, and the first thing that I'm going to talk about, what I love about this update, is kind of is very broad, so there's nothing specific to point out, and that is just I really enjoy how this update has come together. I feel like this may be one of, other than maybe the update Aquatic, I feel like this may be one of the best all-encompassing updates that we've had in a long time, a long time. To me, Village and Pillage was fun, but I didn't feel like it was as thought out as this update. With all the different biomes, all the different creatures that have been added, the different game mechanics that truly changed the game, including armor, and I mean, like, it's just awesome. So the first thing that I love is just generally everything, which is kind of a cop-out. Like, I get it, that's not really a specific thing that I love, but I just did want to say that in general. Getting into the specifics of things that I love, not just general, I like the update. I love that you can actually live in the Nether. This is one of my favorite things about 1.16 is if you happen to spawn in the Nether, you can find, it's difficult, but you can find all the things that you need to find in order to actually live and thrive and do things in the Nether. I think that that is a huge addition to the game and something that is really cool. I'm looking for some blackstone right now, but that is just like amazing. Like, holy moly. Not only is it that you can craft basic tools, you can find things to make, you know, your armor and whatnot, but with the addition of a respawn anchor to be able to actually set your spawn point in the Nether, that is just huge and really cool in my opinion. Next, very mechanical thing, I love the game mode switcher. I love this thing all the time. In the previous versions of Minecraft, I would use the shortcut key F3+N to switch between whatever mode I was in and spectator mode. And I still use that every once in a while because, like, let's say I am trying to locate a bastion remnant, and I use this command and I teleport there. A lot of times, I'm actually anyway. So I would have done that in creative mode is what I'm trying to say. I would have done that in creative mode, and this would have happened where I'd be teleported into a block. Then I use the keyboard shortcut F3+N, and then I'm in spectator mode and I can see through the walls. I still do that because it is a little bit faster than using the game mode switcher. By the way, if you don't know, the game mode switcher, you hit F3 and then you hit F4, the key right next to it, and it will cycle you through. Very similar to how maybe say like Alt Tab or Command Tab works on a computer. It will switch you through those various game modes, and I find it very useful. One of the main reasons I find it so useful is because in the old way of doing things, you would only switch between creative and spectator. And if you were in survival, you would have gone from survival to spectator, and then when you switch back out, you'd always be in creative again, which was nice. Which actually doesn't work anymore. That was intended Oh, wow, I found all the places in the thing. That was actually intended that if you're in survival mode and you go into spectator, when you come back out, you're back into survival mode. I actually liked it the other way, even though it was intended to work this new way that I'm discussing. Anyway, it's a feature I use all the time. I feel like it is great. I really love the UI. I really love being able to switch between them without opening up /game mode S. Oh no, I meant survival, not spectator. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Hate that stuff. Love using keyboard shortcuts to get around. Next, on the things that I love, happens to do with this stuff right here, the crimson stem, but also the warp stem, but also the plank variations of these as well. I just love that there is a wood type that will not burn. I wish that it looked a little bit better than this weird cyan and pink wood, but it's really cool in my opinion that we have a type of wood that can be next to fire, can be next to lava, all those things can make all the various different things like stairs and slabs and doors and whatnot, and that stuff won't catch on fire. I also love the detail that if you take these things, put them into a furnace, they will not make any type of charcoal because this won't burn. If you take any other type of log and put it into a furnace, then it would burn into charcoal, but you can't use it as fuel. You can't do any of that stuff. I do find it kind of weird that you can't use the sticks that you make from these things as fuel, but you cannot actually use the planks as fuel because sticks don't have a warped and crimson variety of stick. You only just have a stick, and that is a flammable thing. Anyway, I love the fact that obviously a tree or a fungus that grows up in the nether, that lives in the nether, would not be flammable because of all of the things that would catch on fire, and that detail extends to all of the building blocks and even stuff inside of the furnace. Next on my list is ruined portals. I love these mostly because of the lore that they impart, that they give off. The assumption here is that ruined portals are the way that piglins got into the overworld, or that the overworld got into the nether, and that they used to exist and whatnot. And I just love these sort of relics of some type of lore inside of Minecraft. I find that super duper cool and fun. And so these ruined portals that are all inside of Minecraft, really, they're the only sort of hint that we get of the lore of Minecraft. And I love them. I love them because of that. Not necessarily because they look great. I mean, this isn't a fantastic build. The loot inside is really nice, but still not like the reason that I love these things. I love ruined portals because of a hint of the story behind the game of Minecraft. Next is soul stuff. All of the different type of Soulfire items that we have. I like this not only because, I mean, mostly just because they look cool. I mean, it's not that big of a deal that the behavior of piglins changes around soul things, but I sometimes get frustrated with Minecraft in that it seems very one-colored. Like, a lot of things are brown, a lot of things are orange, a lot of things are reddish, and so Soulfire adds a nice change to that. And it really is just the opposite of normal fire, being that it is blue instead of a red. And I really find the contrast in colors really nice. And this is gonna be something that I'm really looking forward to building with, to seeing builds made with this. Soulfire, in my opinion, is a fantastic addition to the game. I'd love to see this maybe used in some type of new way. I'd love this to connect with the lore, like I was mentioning about earlier. I would maybe love to see this affect more mobs than just the piglins. Like, maybe any undead mob is scared of Soulfire. That'd be cool as well. That sort of stuff. Other than that, though, really love Soulfire, and I'm super glad that this is in the game. Next is Weeping Vines. Why not the Twisting Vines? Well, Weeping Vines are way better and way cooler for one specific reason. These are really the only type of building block, that's in quotes because it grows, that can go down super easily and is easy to bone meal. Vines, on the other hand, if you put them down, you can bone meal them, but it won't do anything. I'm spamming my bone meal button. It won't do anything. But with weeping vines, whenever you bone meal them, it grows longer. And that is a huge advantage, because if you were ever in a situation like you're in the end or really high up in the air and you do not want to fall to either the void or your death, getting something that can build downwards has been really difficult to find in Minecraft. In the past, really the only thing that you had that you could do was to put down water and have it go over the edge of a block, and then you could swim up and down that water in order to place a block underneath your build. Scaffolding kind of feels like at first glance you're like, well, it falls because it has gravity, so you could use scaffolding, but not if it's over the void, like in the end. And the end has some really particular reasons that you might want to go all the way down to the void level. If you're trying to build an ender and get far away, those are all reasons that you might want to build really close to the void in the end. And all that was done with water before, and it's really spooky to build with water over the void because you can't actually stop. But when you're in these vines, you can, I did a very bad job of it, but you can stop because you can hold down shift whenever you are inside of the vines. So you can see right here, hold down shift. When I unshift, then I go down. When I hold down space, then I go up and I can climb up. So this adds a lot better building because you can control your movement a lot better than you can in water. If you think I'm having a hard time with these vines right now, in water, it'd be way worse because you move all the time and you can never stop. You can't just hold down shift and stop. So weeping vines, a great addition in Minecraft 1.16. Next, we're back at fire, but not for the same reason that I mentioned before. I love that fire now has a hitbox. What a tiny little addition that makes a big difference. So as you can see, there's a hitbox line right there at the bottom of this fire. And that is true with normal fire. Here, I can get some flint and steel or a fire charge and create another orange fire right next to it. So you can see that line of a hitbox next to it, which tells you exactly where you gotta hit in order to put this fire out. You're not just clicking up in the sky hoping that you eventually put that fire out. And also, if you happen to be, whoops, I didn't realize there wasn't a block there. That's why we don't dig straight down, children. If you happen to be looking from the side, you can also punch that fire and turn it out whenever you're below the block as well. So fire having a hitbox, huge advantage. Next is Pigstep. It's just cool, man. I mean, it's just like great music. It is a totally different style than the other music. And it's, you know, way more electronic and kind of jazzy and fun. I could just listen to this all day, but we won't because it's a little loud. Next is hose. I love the fact that this is now the default tool for so many different plant-based blocks. And I have a list here. It is the sponge, the wet sponge, dried kelp, nether wart, and the warped wart blocks as well. Shroomlight, leaves, hay bales. That is the list. So you can mine up these things way faster with a hoe than you can with just your normal fist or with any other tool. So if you're using a axe on these leaves, for instance. I like this because this is going to add quite a lot to playing UHC. It's going to make clearing these out much faster. I love that it will work with an enchantment. So if you have the looting enchantment on it, or the fortune enchantment, I guess it would be looting is for swords, but the fortune enchantment, you'll be able to get more, and I can actually just go ahead and do that now. There we go, we got the fortune enchantment, so we should get more saplings and hopefully more apples as well from this tree. It's just so nice. I just feel like, why didn't we have this before? Like, it seems like such an easy thing to add. Yay, an apple. But now we actually have an official thing to break all these blocks that never had a thing that could break them. Next is invisible item frames. I love the fact that we have invisible item frames. I wish that there was a way to actually make these in survival. Like, that would be super cool if you could somehow craft this with an invisibility potion. You might need a new type of potion that is like see invisible things potion, because you could easily lose these sitting around here. But invisible item frames is a great addition. I find them so fun and so awesome. So invisible item frames. And that's my list. That's the whole list. I know what many of you are thinking. What about Netherright? Netherright is so nice. Oh my gosh, I love Netherright. Oh, I'm a big Netherright fan. I posted this on my community page. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you for the advancements. Yes, Minecraft. I posted the question, what are your favorite things about the new update? And almost everybody said Netherright. Why is this not in my list? I find it nice. I find it exciting, but to me, it's not game-changing. It's not that incredible. I feel like Netherright is nice. I need a list of like, meh, like, okay, I'm glad that it's there, I guess, but not really super excited about it list. To me, it's the same type of armor. It's just tougher. It's just more durable. It's just more enchantable. And that's really it. So I guess it's not on my list of things I love because it's a little bit boring of an update. I like the fact that you can live in the Nether a lot more than I like that there is a slightly tougher armor that everybody's gonna get anyway. I feel like if you're at diamond level, you're gonna be at Netherright level within 30 minutes of getting the update and starting your world. Like, if you're already there at diamond, Netherright is not that much more difficult to get, and it doesn't add any like crazy thing to the game. It's kind of cool that it floats in lava and that it won't be destroyed in the lava. That's kind of it. So anyway, that's why I didn't hit my list of things I absolutely love. Like I said though, that is the end of my list of things that I love about Minecraft 1.16. Look for the video about all the things that I hate from Minecraft 1.16 in the future. And also, if I missed anything that you feel like I should have mentioned, leave that in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big old thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!